Hello, and welcome to the show with Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday, and previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between every Saturday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., alongside Kaliko Yachts.
Well, I only seem to get sick on weekdays. I must have a weekend immune system. I'll see myself out.
And that's the line Kaliko Yachts will retire on. It was a good week for Wrestling Wit as we interviewed Brian Samuels on Tuesday and Colt Allen on Wednesday. Two incredible interviews from two incredible individuals. Definitely go check those out if you haven't already. But always looking to the future. This Monday, yes, it's the end of the month once again. Bringing back Monday interviews, we have Isaiah Cross. Another interview from up north. We talk about his current injury, when we expect him back, Wade Allen being tag team champions, and a bunch more in that one. And Tuesday, the 26th, we have CJ Clarkson. Going back to Poland, we talk about him starting his training in the UK. Some incredible moments that he's had already, fighting the likes of Nano Lopez and Vincent Caravaggio, and his tag team partner as well, who he grew up with. So a lot to unpack in that one. And then on the 27th, Wednesday, we have Ricky Roca from New York. So all of our interviews this week were all over the place. We talk about his faction that he was in, ultimately disbanding, having a rivalry with his stablemate, traveling up to Canada, winning tag team gold, and a hell of a lot more. There's a lot to unpack in all three interviews. Definitely check us out all next week to listen to these drop. And then always looking to the future, we have J Biv on the 2nd, Matthew D. Luna on the 3rd, Leo Black on the 9th, and Elvis Andre on the 10th. Right, I think we're done putting ourselves over, no, Kaliko?
Putting yourself over. You stay over, homie. James MVP.
Now, am I Jake Paul MVP or Montel Vontavious Porter MVP?
You don't want to be Jake Paul with a broke jaw, but you could be Jake Paul with the, promoter, I guess.
Maybe.
There's two sides of Jake Paul right there.
Hey, I'll take the promoter side. He definitely made a lot of money off of Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano for sure.
Shit, they made a lot of money for 17 seconds. They spent more time chanting up after the fight than fight. But let's not go there.
Well, it's kind of wrestling related. It had a one-time wrestler in there. Well, despite being MMA, it's a great day for wrestling because we are wrestling with the news. And this is straight off the press, new news happened not too long ago. Ludwig Kaiser got arrested for battery and assault. I don't think that this affects him too much in WWE, considering we haven't seen him for maybe years at this point. Feels that way anyway. But yeah, not a good place to be, Ludwig right now. Um, it seems like he wants to brush this under the rug as soon as possible. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, in all seriousness, he does actually have a match coming up, in the next like week or so. But the person he had this altercation with seems to want to drag it out as long as they can. Who knows? Maybe they're a Flair fan. I don't know. But I can't. This doesn't seem like it came at. It literally came at the most inopportune time for Ludwig at this point. But what are your thoughts on this whole encounter, Kaliko?
Well, it's the context that matters of why it happened, and that's what matters. Because did you get the context?
Yes. They said that the individual that he had the altercation with, it's kind of said they were in the elevator, um, at an apartment building. Ludwig was being affectionate with his girlfriend right as of right now. And the individual told him, you better stop that, or, that's inappropriate. Ludwig may have taken that, not to heart and may have caused a confrontation. From his side of the spectrum, he said that the individual told him that he shouldn't do something like that, and he's gonna call ICE on his girlfriend's ass. His girlfriend is Mexican, so um, I mean, depending on
A badass one at that.
yeah. So I mean, either way, both sides are very the same, but also very different. One paints Ludwig as defending his goal. The other one may be a hothead. But I mean,
I don't.
yeah,
I believe the second one.
I do too.
Because I don't see anyone lunging at someone for going, can you please stop doing? First of all, he should have been minding his own. A lot of these people need to mind their own business. That's a whole nother thing. But this guy, even if he were to do that, that that I can't see anywhere in logic where that warrants. Oh, I'm gonna lunge at you because you said we need to get it on somewhere else.
Right. And one of the other things is he has no prior history of this. So I mean, it's not like he's been like a hothead or gotten into arguments. Um, I think the original story said that he may have been intoxicated. I don't quite remember, but I mean, I don't even.
I look at police reports, and the police reports do try to make it seem like it was a previous assault, and it shows that the stuff, no punches were thrown, so that's the good thing. It was probably just more like, what the, because I could see that being like, what the fuck did you say? But I will say this, Ludwig Kaiser, he should have just had the I mean, no, El Grande Americano should have been there, so that way he should have got the clout for the culture.
Well,
Because Ludwig Kaiser doesn't benefit. El Grande Americano, mucho benefit.
well, fortunately, Grande Americano was training for his big match against OG El Grande Americano, so he was not there. You know,
So you telling me she's cheating on El Grande Americano with Ludwig Kaiser? That's the bigger scandal.
I like you said, you believe the second story. I do too. I mean, I think that it was just an altercation. Maybe this guy was, a plant by Ric Flair. I don't know. Maybe a plant from the other El Grande Americano. Who knows? We don't. But it seems like this person is trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. Maybe to get some money off of uh, Kaiser. I don't know. But if there was no punches drawn, and I don't think that we've gotten any pictures, disclosed that he was, injured or assaulted, then there's not really a lot to have these, battery and assault charges, stick, right?
I mean, I don't think they're gonna stick because a lot of people I could see it's Florida, so I definitely could see that. Florida, 90% chance that the second altercation happened. If it was somewhere like Austin, Texas, San Diego, I could see you have your problem. But Florida already been known for this shit. So it's like, come on, bro. So that's why I believe it. But we need to be digging into the fact that Andrea is cheating on El Grande Americano with Ludwig. I don't even care about the battery. She done got old buddy hemmed up, and she out here in these streets.
And for somebody like Ludwig, like, we haven't even seen him on TV in, like, forever. Like, what has he been doing in the last, like, year or so? Grande Americano,
About to become
tearing it up.
Yeah. Americano been tearing it up. Ludwig, I don't know. Personal trainer? I mean, Gunther beat his ass out, and that's all I remember. I don't remember nothing else after that.
Yeah, that was a while ago. And then obviously the whole dumb things with Ric Flair, saying that he'll kick his ass.
Yeah. So I mean, other than that, Ludwig has been MIA.
Yeah.
But he got time to take El Grande's girl. I mean,
I'd say that's a W in itself.
She's a W, man. Woo. Better than Lola Vice. I'm sorry.
Now we're drawing fist. You have gone too far, sir. You have gone too far.
Woo.
I'll meet you in the elevator.
That girl. Woo. Verena de Reina.
I mean, speaking of, assault charges and being arrested, another man in Florida walked into a fast food establishment, claimed to be the Undertaker, and then tried to tombstone pile drive the attendant. So, a lot of weird shit's going down in Florida recently. So, yeah.
I mean, it's Florida.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody knows the running joke. Florida man, put in your birthday.
Yeah.
And there's always something. There's something.
Last Monday, it saw the return of the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, as he attacked Obafemi, his first appearance since retiring at WrestleMania. It is scheduled for Italy, Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. So, that was a whole loss, Brock, whatever you want to call it. I'm under the impression that Brock was actually done and did not want to continue, whether there was an injury made at Mania or other, but obviously he's okay now. And I do think that TKO did throw a lot of money at him to continue. Maybe it was a play on Brock Lesnar to get more money, because he didn't necessarily want to work with TKO. I don't know, but he's obviously back. So, what are your thoughts?
First things first, we need to figure out like how a man with that much money can't get a quality pair of jeans because he seems to be blowing out of every single pair that he got. I don't know, just like still kept those jeans since college or whatever, but I mean, we gotta get this man some Levi's. He needs to get sponsored by Levi's or something. Uh, Back to the main point. Yeah, I mean, I thought we was going. I thought he was going too. I guess money talks and bullshit walks. But then again, I mean, maybe that's his last Mania. Maybe we just read it too deep. I mean, because
I mean,
him putting his boots on and shit, that usually like, and he's a wrestler, so he knows what it means. So it's just, guess TKO said, okay, we'll keep your money, bro. Keep your money.
that's what I took out of it. Was that
Because like, he was probably like, you ain't gonna pay me, fuck this, I'm out. And he was like, oh, no, keep your money, bro, keep your money.
that's what it felt like. Because, obviously, Brock has, had a relationship with Vince McMahon. That's what kind of, how Brock worked with WWE so well. But, obviously TKO is, a different animal. And, I mean, I don't think we quite know what Triple H's relationship is with, Brock. So I would say that, nobody's going to make Brock Lesnar do anything. He's Brock Lesnar. So I think Brock was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And then TKO was like, okay, let's talk this out. Obviously, we know who we're talking to now. Please forgive us. Here's a shitload of money. That's what I think happened.
Nah, they probably tried to pull that, oh, I'm taking half your money shit. And Brock probably saw that shit on the walls like, fuck this, I'm out. And caused the stir of him retiring. And if anybody, I mean, all of it is stupid trying to cut people's salaries, but it's just the simple fact that, and then they bring back house shows. Don't get me started. I'm about to cuss them out. But anyways, but yeah, clearly he caused the stir, and I get it, which is weird because they brought Brock back to finish the shit with Oba, but don't bring back Kyrie to finish the shit with Asuka. Yeah.
But
That just tells you that it's not wrestlers running the board or the production room. It's of somebody else.
I would say that, it was. I feel like the story with Opa and Brock was kind of already done, honestly. It was, they did what they needed to do at Mania. I think they just, Brock agreed to come back, and it was like, okay, let's get him out there, before he changes his mind. Okay, well, what can we do with him? Well, let's run back Oba and Brock.
Well, I would have thought, considering if you just, I would have thought it would have led to Gunther and Brock because that was the whole favor thing. But of course, Gunther got other shit to fry. And they were like, oh, well, we already got Gunther hemmed up. Just run it back with Oba. And we'll make it last longer this time. That's what it screams to me. I could be wrong.
Does Brock want to wrestle Gunther, I would say, is the big question there.
Brock will wrestle anybody that he respects and likes. Let me rephrase that.
And that's a good question. Does he like and respect Gunther? Because, I mean, he put Opa over like a motherfucker. So obviously there's, a mutual like there.
Maybe. It's probably a mutual respect of big men, but I don't see it like a. But then again, even Brock knows he's on borrowed time. So, because if Brock had his way, yeah, because he already said he would want to stay. If he had his way, this is what he said. If he had his way, he would have stayed unbeaten until his final match.
And then he lost to Opa.
And then he lost to Oba, but then again, that means there's another match, though.
Well, something that you mentioned...
Which means we get a Brock Oba, too.
Did we need a Brock and Oba 2, though?
I don't think we need it, but it's about to happen because Brock can make the argument it was a fluke. I mean, anybody can have an off night.
He literally F5'd Oba Femi, and Oba Femi got the fuck up and powerbombed him. How is that a fluke?
Well, the last time I saw Brock F5 Oba, he wasn't getting up. So,
because he F5'd him 4 times.
That's my point. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
You brought up an interesting point. WWE bringing back house shows after the 50% cuts. So, I think that there's 2 things that's really good about this, about bringing back house shows. First and foremost, it gives those 50% pay cuts could actually get raised higher because, they're actually working more. There a lot of the issues with the pay cuts were you're only working once a week because there is no house shows. And we need to justify why we're paying you this much money if you're only wrestling once a week. And
that is true.
So, I mean, this is a justifiable way to give more talent more money. And the second part is, reps. Sol Ruka desperately needs them. It gets people into the house shows that didn't necessarily get to see WWE. From what I'm hearing, these house shows are going to be at a reduced price. Nobody told the Intuit Dome that. Fuck them. But yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think, it also gives, like I said, maybe like a couple of weeks ago, people to develop, different versions of their characters or get a version of their character over, before they get it to the main roster or, just figure shit out. So I think that all around it's a good thing. From what I hear, it was definitely Triple H and some of the wrestlers, including Cody, pushing for this. So I would definitely say that that's a big win in my book. What do you say?
I think they were listening to my when I said bring back house shows, and voila, we're here.
Yeah.
I'm declaring victory on this one.
You're taking the W.
Although it's goofy as shit. Granted, cuts are always happening, so that's not a big deal. It's just the fact that the optics of having that cut and then doing, oh yeah, we're going on the road. Like, dude.
But I think that it was a response because right afterwards we got the 50% pay cuts, And obviously a lot of people was upset about that. So I feel like not WWE. We'll call it WWE. WWE, to kind of counteract what TKO was doing, they said, okay, well, could we maybe bring back house shows to, maybe lift that 50% pay cut to justify them, getting paid more?
But if that was the case, they would have. Why would they plan this? This tells. Honestly, I personally think this house show tour was in the works the entire time because you can't book like 30 cities in a month. So to me, it was already in the booking. You knew that they were coming. So unless you're cutting their pay and covering their travel, then that's a different story. Because keep in mind, they're paying for their travel.
Are they?
Yeah, in the States, they pay for their travel. The only time they don't pay is when they're overseas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they pay for their rentals, hotels, yeah. Because keep in mind, they're considered independent contractors.
That's right.
That's why they negotiate so well. That's why it was bullshit, because they're looking like, dude, I know what I'm negotiating. It's not like the UFC where it was like, they pigeonhole a lot of people. And then they don't pay people from Jump Street. So that's a whole nother issue.
So I would say that it's like I said, it's a good thing that they're doing house shows again. Agree?
It's always a great thing. I mean, they're coming to Bakersfield. I might go to Bakersfield. I'm debating on it. It's a mission, because especially when they're coming to Inglewood.
Yeah.
And then AEW is coming in the beginning of the month in San Diego. It's like this, they're all blitzing the West Coast all of a sudden. That's
That they are. Somebody coming back to the company, allegedly, is a one Baron Corbin, but it may not be for the reasons that you may think. Um, he is heavily rumored and innuendoed to be Tallhausen, the Danhausen clone, to be his tag team partner. And honestly, I think this is the only way I'd accept Baron Corbin back, is as a Danhausen clone. And I think that it could actually do him really well, just kind of being the tag team partner of Danhausen. Let Danhausen do his shit. Corbin was a solid hand. Not great, but not, bad either. So, do the wrestling moves, get Danhausen over, and, get out and take your money. Um, I'd say it's a win-win-win-win. What say you, Kaliko?
we'll see. We'll see. I mean, him coming back as Tall Alton. I, I We'll see. I will reserve judgment until they actually use them in the proper context.
What about Ezo Amore? He's been seen in the WWE Performance Center as of late. People are speculating that he will be making a return to the company. If that happens, what do you think about it? And maybe how do you feel about it as well?
I mean, he could talk. He was working on the wrestling, but he could talk. That MFer could sell you a fight. So, I mean, if he's back in a managerial role, or where he's hyping someone up, I don't see anything with it. If he comes back and actually wrestles, it's okay too. He just did a documentary, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Uh, yeah, it's about him. I can't. About him, the whole thing, the whole shebang, all of it. So I gotta figure out where it was and actually get some watching to it. But I mean, him coming back, they need more talkers because right now it's, I mean, people who can actually cut promos. You can't say he wasn't a man.
I mean, the guy could literally talk to a tree. He was good at it, and like you said, there's not a lot of people that have that gift of gab, especially on the main roster right now. So, yeah, whatever capacity they decide they want him in the show, I think it would be a good addition. And if you just let him be him and do his thing, um, I don't see a lot of problems with it. I would say honestly, I mean, he is his own his own worst enemy. So I mean, if he has kind of humbled himself and is kind of keeps to himself, keep quiet in the back, because that was his biggest problem back in the day. That's why he got fired, because literally nobody liked him backstage. So they fired him. So, I mean, if he got over that, then I would say that he would be a good addition. But despite other people, I wouldn't say that would be the best idea.
Could be, possibly. I mean, but it's just a matter of he has atoned. So I mean, that's all you can do, right? You can only do so much.
Right. Somebody WWE's thinking about bringing in. I don't even know how to say this, but WWE or maybe just TKO wants to work with Stephen A. Smith going work into the summer. I'm not a fan of the idea.
No. 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 We good.
Okay, why? I know why.
And when I say we good, we good.
Yeah. Guy has literally no personality, does not have a personality for pro wrestling, and it's only going to attract.
Nah, I just don't like because he doesn't know, he won't know what the fuck he's talking about. To a bunch of people, who cares about whether you know what the fuck you talking about?
Exactly.
That's gonna be the biggest problem. I mean, like when he went into boxing in UFC, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. No offense. I mean, you're a basketball guy. We get it, but you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
If he's in I mean, some people obviously, adapt well to WWE. Obviously Logan Paul, um, so there's a couple of commentators as well that worked very well with WWE. I don't see him being one of those people. Unless they make him like a heel manager and just like get the fucking heat on him, then I mean, sure. I would say that it's easy heat and cheap heat, but I digress.
It's very easy and cheapy, yes, but that ain't the point. It's just, I just don't want him there. There we go. How about that?
He has Go My Way,
There
and he
are
didn't even get there
various
yet.
people from No, there are people from ESPN who used to be there that actually was in the wrestling that I wish was there. There used to be a guy that wrote a column on wrestling history called The Masked Man. That guy can come every goddamn day of the week and twice on Sunday. But he's probably not with ESPN anymore because he was under the Bill Simmons umbrella. So, but he would write great wrestling history articles. But Stephen A. Smith, nah. They're just putting him there because they're trying to justify his freaking salary,
I mean, why does he
and
have?
that's fine.
I mean, why does he have such a salary? Like, do people actually like this guy? Like, legitimately, like anybody from any circle of, sports.
You'd be surprised. Because some people like him because of the fact that he shits on the Cowboys a lot, which is his biggest shtick. Is shitting on the Dallas Cowboys. His second biggest shtick is probably, although I am susceptible because he's been coming around, shitting on LeBron because everybody's on this LeBron MJ debate. Now, this is for wrestling fans. You may not know this, but I kind of covered the diaspora of sports and entertainment and MMA. So I kind of broadened through it. So he's just the guy that is in hot take sports where the journalism is not really necessary, if that makes sense. Neither is the context of how things happen, but that's just me.
So, it's been what, maybe a month since Fatal Influence made their debut on SmackDown. And they are already a smash hit on maybe one of the higher, regarded call-ups. So much so that WWE is kind of re-evaluating what they could actually do with these three goals because the response has been so outstanding. I would have made the argument that, later today at Saturday night's main event, it should have been, Fatal Influence versus, Charlotte, Rhea, and Alexa, but maybe they're saving the match for a bigger occasion. Uh, but it seems like, just a transition, competitor to get Rhea over as champion is actually being considered as somebody that could actually take the title off of Rhea. I am talking about JC Jane. What are your thoughts about this, Kaligo?
I mean, I already knew this was coming.
I agree.
I everything you're telling me, I already knew this was going to be a thing because she has the look where, and she has a look and she talks in a way where people want to beat the shit out of her, and rightfully so. But she's also the type of person where it's like you think you can get her, and then you don't get her.
Yes.
And she weasels it out somehow. So you preaching to the choir over here. I told you JC was good.
And I mean, last
I
year,
mean, they wouldn't have had her beat Vakur if that was the case. Shit.
I mean, they needed somebody to get the
I think
belt
that's
off of
when
the
it.
core. So,
I mean, they did, but the thing is that they also they there were so many people that could have put that belt on.
and I agree with you there. But, and I could also make the argument when she took the belt off of the core, it could have not worked. She could have failed as champion. And she made a chicken salad out of chicken shit. And I don't think that her run was supposed to be as long as it did. I don't even think that she was supposed to be a two-time champion. But she was operating on such a higher level than literally everybody else that you couldn't really deny her, I would say.
I wouldn't say operating. I would say she was operating at a high level in her element. Because a lot of the girls were operating at a high level, but she was operating in the role at an elite level that she's supposed to. The person who people can talk over, the people who can try to get a one up on, the people who sit there and come y'all yak. I kind of akin it to, what was it, like Triple H '02 when he was heavyweight champion. All these superheroes come in thinking that they can beat him, and he seemed so beatable, but somehow he snuck his way out. Or what was it, '03, '05? Around that time when he was like, everybody was coming after his ass, and he somehow was able to weasel his way out. He was able to weasel his way out every goddamn time. And it's not in dominant fashion, so it's not like, this Brock Lesnar-esque person. It's just a person who's like, damn, this motherfucker stays so lucky. And people think it's luck, but it's part of her plan. I like JC. JC's fucking awesome.
I agree. I like JC as well. And I think maybe it's too soon to call it, but it would be the biggest benefit to her to win Money in the Bank. That
if Money in the Bank was next month, she probably would win it.
I mean, we're only, like 2 months away? A month, so technically a month. We're almost in June, so, and it's,
Money in the Bank's not till Labor Day.
I thought it was in July.
It's in September.
Oh.
Yeah, they pushed that bitch way. Yeah, that whole WrestleMania shit flipped everything.
Well, that's
why I was like, what the fuck? The moment they did it, because they were like, oh yeah, Money in the Bank's in New Orleans. And then I looked at the date and it's like September. I was like, holy shit, that's late.
Okay, well that definitely puts a wrench in my idea, because I thought that it's usually June. Money in the Bank's usually June. July.
It's usually June, July. But keep in mind, and that's why they did the what the fuck? They got Clash in Italy, right?
Yeah.
Main event.
Yeah.
And then I think they're going overseas for a little bit. Then they're doing the overseas run, and then they bringing their asses right on to SummerSlam in August, and then September's Money in the Bank.
Well, damn. Okay, well, I mean, maybe JC will win this.
Oh yeah, I was sitting there. Oh, I looked at that calendar too. I was like, oh shit, if Money in the Bank was next month, all my money on JC Jane couch sheet. But
yeah,
it's in September, so now it's like, can she sustain that till September? And even then, she still could win it, because it seems like a chicken shit way to win. I could see her winning it via like a Carmella style. I really could.
I don't think it's a matter if she can sustain it, because I think that she definitely can. But they kind of have to give her the time to cook. Like those first 3 weeks, they gave her time to cook. It was a promo, a beatdown, winning in nefarious ways. It gave people a reason to care. If you're not necessarily giving people a reason to care, then it's going to go to the wayside. So, as of right now, they're giving people a reason to care. But, there's always that, new toy, so to speak. And, as long as people's minds are on what they're supposed to be, she'll get to where she needs to go.
Okay, I mean, but if I have to pin JC James wins Money in the Bank, but she only cashes in on Rhea when Rhea beats Io.
Hmm. Well, if Money in the, I mean, first and foremost, she should, like, Money in the Bank is the ticket. She should win Money in the Bank and win the championship that way. But I don't know. I could also see her winning the championship before September if they give her the opportunity. I mean, I could see her winning it at SummerSlam, honestly, if they give her that moment. You know, it's not going to be clean for sure, but the people will absolutely go bananas if she beats Rhea Ripley.
I mean, they would. It's just a matter of how can I put it? I mean, it could, but the thing is that I think that their their goal is for Rhea to have it for a while. They want her to have it for a while.
Um, I mean, yeah, but like I said, plans change. So, I mean, JC was only supposed to be, that transitional, you know, get some reps in and get real W, and now we're considering JC Jane for a championship run. So, I mean, anything could really change. Anything could really happen.
Yay, JC Jane for a championship run.
Somebody else that WWE is looking for a championship run, um, is Mason Rook. I'm sure you've heard this name over the last couple of weeks. He does kind of seem like
Well, he's in Japan, but
a polarizing figure at this point. But I mean, what are your thoughts on Mason Rook? Because it has been a very mixed bag of reactions.
I mean, to me, it seems like Mason Rook is a more mean-demeanored Kevin Owens. Not to diss Kevin, no shade to Kevin. It just seems like he's there to win championships and make money, and he is all out of what championships. So all out of money, so he needs some championships or whatever the case may be. But people just haven't been following. He's been in Japan, so I don't expect people to care about Japan like that. But if they had a WWE Japan, people would care. But
So you've actually seen him wrestle before.
yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, he's solid. He's just gonna be that guy. I mean, to me, this seems like a Kevin Owen-esque type guy who, in the event Kevin Owens can't make it, they got a guy. They got a guy who could
So,
be that demeaning guy that does not care about friends and only cares about championships and getting that money. Or at least that's what it seems like to me.
I mean, the way that they've been promoting him has kind of seemed like, the second coming of, like, a Goldberg or something. Just like, oh my god, it's Mason Rook. Like, he's the big tank guy, and, he was such a big star in Japan. And when the company makes such a big deal out of somebody, my immediate response is to kind of reject it, because, obviously you're trying to make me believe something I haven't already seen. And I haven't seen, if I didn't see it, then I'm probably not going to believe it. And I'm
Well,
sorry. Huh?
No, go ahead.
And I'm sorry to say this, and it sucks that it's this way, but pro wrestling is very much a vanity, business. Looks kind of matter, and he just doesn't really. He's not aesthetically pleasing at all.
He doesn't do it for you, brother.
And, you mentioned Kevin Owens. Well, you could make the argument that Kevin Owens doesn't look like a wrestler, but, he certainly acts like a wrestler. The guy just don't shut the fuck up. And his personality is what gets him over. This guy is he looks like he wants to portray, a tough guy. And I'm really not seeing from his aesthetic. And, even the way that he wrestled the one match that he wrestled. I'm not really seeing it, honestly. So, aesthetically, they gotta do something, because if Otis looks better than you in the ring, aesthetically, then you have a problem. They need to do something with this guy look-wise.
Give him time. Maybe, or maybe they're going back to the 80s King Kong Bundy style. You never know. Let him cook with it. They just got him. He just got there for a cup of coffee. Yeah, he's only been there a cup of coffee.
But,
only spent a cup of coffee in the big time.
we just talked about JC. She's been there for a cup of coffee, and we're already talking about title contention for her.
And JC's been there for damn near as long as Tony D'Angelo. Stop playing.
But I'm talking about the main roster.
Yeah, but you gotta think she's spent years cooking in the JC Jane that is now was not the JC Jane when she first got there.
I'm trying to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, but literally every week it's nothing is doing it for me every week. There's nothing for me to say, well, that's what people were talking about, or oh, that's what I'm supposed to believe in. This is the hype.
John Cena co-signed for him. You just don't co-sign for anybody.
And that feels so suspicious to me.
He's that made it even more suspicious.
Yes, absolutely. You could not tell me that Shawn Michaels didn't text message John Cena and say, John, I need to get this guy over. Could you tweet something out? And he said, who the fuck is this guy? But okay, sure, Shawn, I like you. We wrestled at WrestleMania. Give me a picture.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Because we did a favor at Mania 20 years ago. Yeah, I got you, fam.
Yes.
Is that what
absolutely.
Oh, God.
That's absolutely what happened.
God. Ay, help us, Lord Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I cannot today. I can't with you today.
They need to help Mason Rook is what it sounds like more.
Mason Rook, let him be. He's only been there he ain't even got a paycheck yet. You are. He ain't even finished membership orientation, and you already get the fuck out of here.
I'm not saying get the fuck out of there. I'm not looking for him to be unemployed.
He ain't even do the HR training, and you out here get the fuck out.
Just, give him a haircut. Grow some facial hair. Maybe some...
Let him get his health benefits first. Jesus, let him get the cat car. Let him get the car access key.
He has no health benefits.
Well, let him get the access key to the building before we start ready to toss his ass out.
Get some head
Sheesh.
tattoos. Wear a pair of pants, for God's sake.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Lord Jesus, help us.
No, um, quick bit of news. WWE ID talent will be going by their ID talent on the independents. So, for instance, good friend of the show, Erica Damia, is ID'd as of now. So, her name in WWE is Anya Rune. So, on the independents, she will be known as Anya Rune going forward. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, the WWE is obviously doing something with these individuals, so, it makes sense. But, I mean, how do you feel about it?
I mean, let him do something.
Nope. Kaliko? Nope. Did we lose Kaliko? Or did. Because am I the one lost?
Because I still don't get this. So it, full
And
disclosure.
I mean, it doesn't seem like there has been a lot with the program, the ID program. I mean, it's kind of hit and miss, but I feel like that's with all of WWE's programs at this point. So, we'll see what happens.
We will see. I mean, because the last person I remember on the ID, Kylie Ray.
And then she got pregnant and fired.
Yep. So, don't even matter.
Um, Somebody getting ID'd in a different type of way is Marty Jannetty. Um, Earlier this week, it was reported that they had to amputate his foot. Another wrestler helping Marty right now, was quick to make a post and call out WWE and Shawn Michaels, specifically for not helping Marty, with this or the medical bills or anything. Um, First and foremost, definitely like my heart goes out to Marty. It really sucks that, injuries have, caused him, this greatly that, they had to amputate his foot. Um, so I do hope that he has, a good recovery and, this is maybe, a way for him to kind of get on the straight and narrow and maybe have a better, quality of life going forward. Unfortunately, the last wrestler that we knew that, faced something like this was, um, you know,
Kamala.
no, it was, Jimmy Rave. Jimmy Rave. Um,
Oh, really? I thought it was Kamala because I remember he got his leg amputated.
yeah. So, and obviously it didn't necessarily, um, you know, things didn't go well for Jimmy after that. So, I'm hoping it doesn't turn into that direction for Marty. So again, I do hope and wish him the best in his recovery and hopefully, get a better quality of life. To, WWE and Shawn Michaels side of things, I haven't heard that Shawn Michaels has talked to Marty and Jannetty in a really long time. While yes, they were connected heavily in their, early years.
Younger days.
Yeah. I do know that Sean did try to help Marty at one point in his life. Um, but, unfortunately, I don't think Marty was looking for help at that time. And I mean, we all know you can't really help somebody that doesn't really want help. I I mean, you do have to, reach out for that type of thing. So I don't fault Sean or WWE for that matter for not helping him because he it didn't necessarily seem like he wanted the help.
Wasn't the best citizen.
Yes, exactly. But that's just my opinion on it. What say you, Kaliko?
I mean, everything you said is a ditto. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what caused him to do it, what forced him to be amputated, so.
Hmm.
So I can't go on that route. I can't speak on that route, but what I can speak on is that, like, he was kind of more of the carefree dude that just, like, was say some outlandish shit on the internet where people didn't want to associate with him. So what do you expect? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And and the thing is that we don't know what bridges he may or may not have burned and that got him to this situation.
No, you're absolutely right.
So that's the other element. So I get where people are like, well, they should help. WWE should help. We don't know what bridges they burned. Now, granted, they bury the hatchet? That is totally dependent on WWE. But the WWE that you're expecting to help is not the same WWE that it was 10 years ago. Because you don't even know if they still have that program.
That's a good question. I don't know if they do or not, but I do know that a lot of, back in the day, a lot of people that WWE really wasn't associated with, actually used that program, and it did help them, a lot. I, the one that comes to mind is Shannon Moore. Um, so
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
it's just a matter of do we even know if they still have it? If when they sold it, did that become a staple in the program for rehab? Is that a rehabilitation? It's a lot of questions we need to ask.
right. And is he even willing to go? I mean, I don't even know if he's,
Willing to do it.
so,
Yep.
I don't even know if he's sober or not. I mean, maybe he's sober, but I mean, the last time I heard about Marty Jannetty, it didn't seem like he was all in that much of a sober state. So I can tell you. Uh, so yeah. On a bit of lighter news to close out the segment, Io Sky and Evil have tied the knot. They are now Evil Skies, and they're currently living, making their housing, their home in Darkness World. So, congratulations to them.
Oh, of course. Congrats. I mean, that's why he came back. He went over there because he's been a fiance for 30 years. And people were probably macking on his girl. It's like, let me come back and lock this down. 858?
Specifically, Rhea Ripley. Because you cannot tell me that that was just a friendly relationship between Rhea and Io.
Could be the case. That could be the case. But Rio seems friendly in the room. You know what I mean?
Maybe a little too friendly. And that was the problem. Alright, that will conclude our coverage of the news. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.